The first stage proper of the 74th Tour de Romandie would take place between Aigle and Martigny, ending in 4 circuits of a local lap, each with 2 categorised climbs. 168 kilometres were on the menu. A first third category climb La Race, before these 2 would be repeated, Produit before Chamonson, and after that, and those 4 laps, a straight run into Martigny. Over 2,000 metres of climbing on the profile, but a headwind finish for the final 20 kilometres would make attacking very difficult. Bad weather had been forecast, but it didn't turn up. 6 riders would be away in the breakaway. Goujat up there for Age Desert, alongside riders from Quebec, Assos, Rob Power, Conca representing Lotto Soudal. Suter was there, Arendsman and Boado as well, whilst Rohan Dennis was in his first leader's jersey for almost 2 years. Joël Suter would be the man to take the King of the Mountains competition. He'd go out and take most points from most of the climbs. 9 categorised climbs on the day. Back in the peloton, and with 35 kilometres to go, everybody was still there. But with 2 climbs to go, that could all change. And all change it did. Arendsman would be the final survivor of the breakaway, taking maximum points on the last climbs. Behind, a few of the faster riders started to lose contact. Ineos Grenadiers led the peloton at this stage. But behind there'd be a few different groups of riders who hadn't quite made it over those 2 climbs. And a lack of control at the front meant that it was prone to attacks. Cavagnat having a go. It was always going to be difficult with a headwind to contend with, though, all the way in. Bahrain Victorious and Bora Hansgrohe would do most of the work to pull things back. And with 5 kilometres to go, Peter Sagan's team, alongside that of Sonny Colbrelli, still controlled. A certain sense of inevitability as we headed into Martigny. And still no sign of those groups dropped off the back. A strange sprint that really took a long time to get going, and with some surprising occupants up there. Colbrelli would launch it, Sagan would go after him, Patrick Bevin with a super sprint as well for Israel Startup Nation. Pasqualon would be up there too. And once Peter Sagan hit the front, despite not pulling out any sort of big advantage, he'd retain the thin advantage he had and take home the win. His first at the Tour de Romandie for 11 whole years. Sagan, Colbrelli, Bevin with Pasqualon and Covey in the top 5. Caught Smith, Venturini, Cattaneo and Mosca making up a very strange top 10. Sagan the stage winner, and Rohan Dennis would keep the overall general classification lead. Bonus seconds picked up by Sagan were enough to take him up into 5th place. Dennis Thomas Port still the Ineos Grenadiers 1, 2, 3 going into stage 2.